Hi guys, coming at you with another, it's like three videos in a row at the moment of another unboxing. Now this isn't mine, this is my mum's, as she's just moving into her new home, but I thought I'd give you a bit of a unboxing review because I do have a Bose speaker myself. It's not this one, it was the slightly older generation. It's called the mini speaker, which is fantastic. I thought I'd give this a go because I might invest in one myself. This is a bit more of a permanent fixture. Mine is really designed to be on the go and is aimed at portability, whereas this is a permanent fixture, plug it into the wall, and has wireless and also Bluetooth, but it is designed to be more of a home fixture. So we're going to have a look at the unboxing. We're going to have a quickly spin around the box and have a look at what we are dealing with today. So there is a pretty picture of it. It is the white edition, as my mum insists on it being white. You do get a little remote with it. It's Bluetooth, but also has wireless as well. Spinning around just gives you content of the box, just one speaker, that's pretty much it. And then we have some specs on the back. So let's go freestyle and let's have a zoom in and have a look. So wireless music throughout your home, free Soundtouch app, so that'll be what design, this is what kind of sets it all up and allows for wireless. You've got a remote with it, which is pretty cool. You've got personalised presets if you prefer slightly more bass, for example. Everything you want is there. Wi-Fi and Bluetooth built in, and yeah, pretty nice. Now it's Bose, so you expect the quality which comes with Bose, as I've come to learn, hence why I buy the products. I do think they are one of the best sounding devices you can get, but I am no sound expert, but from a consumer point of view, pretty good, and that's why I go for it. And on the back, obviously on the side, you've got your barcode, EIN, and just a description of it. So we're going to unbox it, I'm going to set it up, and we're going to ultimately find out what it sounds like. So this was bought through Curry's. I can't remember the price of it, but I don't think it was too extortionate. It's actually Curry's where I bought mine, which is a few years ago, because I did work there, so I used to get discount, but sadly, no more. So we're going to switch the camera, and we'll do a bird's eye view of what we're going to get. Okay guys, so we've switched the camera, we're now above the box itself. This is what we're going to get. So we've got a little booklet here, Our Commitment to You. It kind of just gives you a description of what you're going to get, and it's basically going to be probably your, it's going to be basically an instruction guide. It's going to come in various different languages. This side is Polish by the look, so mine's probably going to be the other side. No, that's not mine. So there is another set behind, so I presume this is like an EU version, so it's probably going to be different languages. Again, that's not my language. We are looking for the English one. And there we go. So it's going to give you various different ones. If you're new to this kind of speaker, I would recommend reading it. But for me, I've used a Bose speaker before, so I'm pretty confident on how to use it. And I will show my confidence because I will set it up straight away. But I'm going to be using it in the Bluetooth mode. I won't be using it with the app. I just want to test the Bluetooth and then return it to my mum. So let's get that out of the way. This is going to be the speaker itself. It comes in there, so we're going to just pop that aside for a second. It's not too big, but pretty decent size. In the box there we have got a USB. That's normally for updating your firmware. It might also be to charge it, I'm sure we'll find out. What else have we got in the box? We have the remote control itself. Pretty sexy. Basically that's going to be the main button you want, which is going to basically change inputs from auxiliary in to Bluetooth. Yeah. You've got thumbs up, thumbs down, so I presume that's going to work in conjunction with the app itself. So if you like a particular song, get a thumbs up. Bose might then recommend a song for you to play. Important safety instructions, again I'm not going to bother reading those. And then we have another box itself, so this is probably going to contain the mains lead. Now there is a bit of tape on the box, so it is going to be a side opening box. So let's have a look. So, figure of 8 cable, nice length, looks about 2 meters. Yeah, that's what I was expecting, a figure of 8. And another one which is for the European market. So this is an EU version, and it has both plugs. Here in the UK though, we are 3-pin, so that's that. So, let's get this bad boy open. So, there's all the cable. Push that good stuff to the back, and let's concentrate on the main piece itself. And there we have it, guys. I'm just going to lie it there just for a second. Obviously it doesn't lie like that normally. We're just going to zoom in to the top there, because that's where all the input lights are going to be. So obviously you can see there is the branding itself, Bose, but then we have a wireless icon, which will be to work with the app. We've got the Bluetooth icon, which is what I will be using, and we have an auxiliary, and also another icon, which I don't quite know what that is, but I'm sure the instructions will show me what that is. So the speaker itself is right at the front. Now I know on my speaker there is a back bit as well. Obviously on the side we have nothing. Now on the top, this is where things get interesting. So on the top here we've got obviously your power, your switch from auxiliary to Bluetooth. These are going to be for your presets, your saved presets. You just press one and away you go. And obviously your volume up and down. Nice stiff buttons actually, so you do have to give them a good press, but that's cool with me. And then on the back, obviously we've got a ventilation there to let the air pump out when you get in summer. And on the back we have got your aux port, and as I presumed it was your service port. So this is basically to update the firmware for the Wi-Fi and the Bluetooth, so it works across the board when new things come out. On the bottom we've just got basically your feet, along with various different, safety messages and whatever, all your compliance there, and your serial number. So guys, I'm going to plug this in. I'm going to put it in the kitchen, as that's where I normally play music, and we're going to see what it sounds like. Okay guys, so I have turned it on. As you can see, all the lights have lit up. So what I'm going to do is grab the remote to see if this will work straight at the back. Now I'm going to presume there is going to be obviously a sensor on the front which allows the signal to go through. So I'm just going to, I think you're going to have to unwrap the remote and the battery should work, so let's try it. Yeah, so it is wrapped in quite tight, but it should hopefully take me 2 seconds to get it out. There we go. And let's hopefully see how this is going to sound. I'm hoping very good, right. Right, so there we go. I've activated Bluetooth by pressing the button. Now when it flashes, that normally means it's in pairing mode. So we're going to get my iPhone. We're going to turn Bluetooth on. Now as you can see, there is one there, so that's going to be it there. Yeah, there we go. So Bose Soundtouch with the model number. Click on that, and the icon in the background will either go solid blue, or like my Bose, it goes white. So I'm just going to find some royalty-free music, which YouTube will allow me to play, and we will give it a whirl and see what it sounds like. Okay guys, so I've found some royalty-free music. I've currently got the volume at about half now. I have just been listening to it very loud and beautiful volume on it. So we're going to pump it up and see if you can get across the quality. Obviously you're not going to get the full audio quality as it's coming through my camcorder, but it is very loud. I'm going to turn it all the way up now. So that was full volume guys. It's got beautiful sound and awesome bass, so really happy with it guys. So this has been a look at the Bose Soundtouch 10. As I say, there is an app you can buy. I'm not going to go through that because I would never use it. Mine is purely for Bluetooth purposes. But thank you very much guys, and thanks for watching. Okay guys, so I have actually decided to just give you a walkthrough of how the wireless system's set up. So this, one of the marketing of this one is not just Bluetooth, obviously it does have the wireless capability. Now for me, I personally wouldn't be using the wireless, but I thought since I do have the product here, I may as well show you one of its key selling points. So what I'm going to do is do a live setup of this. I have had a tinker, but I've just factory reset it just so I can show you live. Setup was a bit tedious, but we'll go through it anyway. So what we're going to do, just turn it on. What it's doing now is boot sequence. So once it goes steady, so this should go steady orange. That's when we can then start having a look at it. So I'm going to show you on my iPhone the setup process. So that's solid orange. We can now start. So what we're going to do is have a look on here. So on the iPhone, we're going to go over to, you have to download the app itself. Now the app is called Soundtouch by Bose, and we're going to get it up here. So we're going to close it and open it again, and we're going to go through the setup live, guys, so you can see what I'm doing. Now it's going to try and search for this speaker. Now, as it's not been set up on my network, it isn't going to find it. So that's fine. We'll give it a couple of seconds just so it'll try and find it. Now, as you can see, right at the bottom it just says Danny's Bose. So I did set this up earlier just so I got familiar with the setup process itself. That's fine. So, what we're going to do, on yours it would look slightly different because you wouldn't have a speaker at all. So, here we go. So on yours, when you first launch the app, this is exactly what it would look like. You would go straight into the setup screen. But as I have already had one app, so let's just say you were adding a second Bose speaker, you would go into settings and you would add or reconnect speakers. So we're going to go for add because it's been factory reset, it's going to be a fresh installation. So we're going to go for Wi-Fi. It's now going to search for it. Now the orange light should mean that it's emitting the wireless signal to connect directly to the Bose speaker itself, and once you're connected to the Bose, that's when you then bridge it over to your existing Wi-Fi network. So it has now found my Bose speaker and it's going to ask me what I want to connect it to. Now by default it's going to connect your speaker to your default Wi-Fi on your phone, and my default Wi-Fi on my house is my network, as you can see, Danny's network. So we're going to just quickly add my wireless. There's my wireless, if anybody wants to pop around. We're going to press connect, and now we're going to connect. Now you'll see in a minute the light indicator will change. It is solid orange at the moment, but now there we go. It's now solid, it's now blinking white as it's now connecting, negotiating a connection with my Wi-Fi, and then it will go solid white once it is fine. Now you can see we've now introduced a new button. This is the app. It's now telling us this is the sound wave icon. So it's just finishing things up. Now the first thing it'll probably do is update the firmware on the speaker. Now as I say, because these devices use wireless technology, Bluetooth and wireless, they're constantly getting updated so they can be used with new devices which come out after these devices are made. There we go. So it's now found the speaker. It's now going to ask us what we want to call it. So it gives you an example, living room. Because these devices, you can have multiple ones on your network, you can name them whatever one you want to. Now I'm just going to, for simplicity, call it Danny's because it is mine. So I'm just going to put Danny's Bose. Continue. And then we should be good to go. So what it'll probably do as soon as we get in, he's going to want to update it. Now it doesn't on this occasion because I have already updated the firmware when I had a play earlier on. But when you get one of these guys, it will ask you to update it. But that's not a problem. You can do that fairly easily. There we go. So what can this app do? Now, as I say, in my head, I would use Bluetooth because in Bluetooth I can go straight into my music and I can then beam it across. So I'm just going to turn this down so you can't hear it. Now, because it's on system catch, it won't do it. Now, on Bluetooth, I could go here and it would be listed. Now, this is on the wireless network, yet you can't see it. So, unfortunately, that's the only downside to using it wirelessly. You can't use it in the default app on Apple, so it's not integrated. Whereas if I use Bluetooth, Bluetooth will be listed there and I can beam it and I can use this app because this is where all my music is. For people using Apple Music, like myself, you can't integrate that into the Bose app, which is a bit of a downer, but there we go. So, if we go over to the radio, as you can see, it's ready to play. We can then play things directly to it. We can go over into the settings and we can then add things in. So you go into your account. So you will have to set up a Bose account when you do set this up, but unfortunately that's there. Speaker settings, you can turn down things like bass reduction, name, you can Bluetooth, you can see connect to new device or clear Bluetooth pairing list. Now I know on my old Bose there was a 10 device limit, so whether that's why that's there, that's pretty cool. So then we can go music services, and then this is where you can add your services so you can play them directly through here. But as you can see, unfortunately Apple Music is not on there. Now I have got a NAS, so I'm going to see if it's going to pick up my NAS because my NAS is on the network. Let's go and see if we can have a look. There you go, so you can see it's picked up my NAS, Danny's NAS. So we're going to add the music library and it'll start then bringing all the music over. If we then go over to it, we're going to go to Danny's NAS, music, all music. Yeah, I'm not sure how it's going to work. Let's see if we just go by album, by folder. Doesn't seem to have brought anything over just yet, which is odd. So whether it's taking its time. You can even see videos while I look at it. I wonder if it'll let me actually play them though. Yeah, so it is reading the folders correct, because that's correct. So if we go back into music, now the NAS itself is hardwired into the network, so it shouldn't be a problem with the speed on that bit. So it is waiting to go. So we'll go back into it. Let's go all music. Interestingly, it's not displaying that. That's fine. So what we'll do, we'll just pop. As I say, unfortunately, guys, I would play some music, but it just get blocked anyway on YouTube, so there's no point showing you. But locally to you, it'll know where you are, even though I'm not in Chester. But there we go. And you can just press play and then control it. You can then connect. You can go on Bluetooth then and turn that on if you want. So now my Bluetooth is activated, and away you go, guys. So the app is good if you've got the services, but if you haven't, it can be pretty useless, unfortunately. Now, that's that really. Unfortunately, there's not a lot more saying about it. It's exactly the same with iTunes. You won't be able to see it on iTunes. It'll only work through this dedicated app, guys. So that's the final look at the Bose. The picture is wrong, as I have a white Bose, not a black Bose. But as I say, guys, I will always be using it via the Bluetooth. I just think it's a lot easier. The good thing, obviously, with wireless range is once it's connected to your router, if you've got wireless outside, you can play it pretty much distance-wise. Is a lot better than Bluetooth, as Bluetooth range can be short-lived, unfortunately, guys. So, thank you very much.